वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये पञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Very nice, Mataji. Thank you for that. So, devotees, we are going to begin a new chapter. I believe I did not attend yesterday. I believe we discussed summary of chapter 14, right? Devotees?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So, this is a new chapter. Again, each chapter is very unique. That's why Krishna is not just speaking for the sake of, making more pages or more volume. Each chapter has got some relevance. Sometimes it may seem the topic might be very familiar, but each one has got a very distinct doctrine, meaning a specific instruction. So 15 is also very, very powerful. We'll come to that. But can somebody, today is Ekadasi also. Happy Ekadasi to all of you. Today is Amalaka Ekadasi. If someone want to take a couple moments and kind of talk about it, that would be very nice. Because it's always Ekadasi, always about Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. Upavas, the fasting that we do, is almost secondary. Upa means closer, vas means residence, meaning we have to live mentally closer to the resident of Vishnu and Krishna, which is Vaikuntha. Always thinking about Lord Hari. So anyhow, who can briefly talk about Amalaka Ekadasi? Maybe Subal Prabhu? If you...
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I haven't fully read Prabhuji, but it is for the king, one of the king. I think I don't fully recall the whole story, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe you can explain, Prabhuji.
Yeah, very brief, nothing. I mean, all this Ekadasi, again, it's a good communication from Krishna to either Narada Muni or to Yudhishthira. So it's the purpose again here is to think about Lord. So here, the Amalaka Ekadasi, the background is there is a king called Chitravrata, very pious king. And on this Ekadasi day, they all used to worship under the Amla tree. Amla, I think the English translation is gooseberry. Very resourceful fruit. We might have, I mean, I'm sure all of us might have consumed in India here also. It has got various nutrition. It is good for digestion, immunity, health related, a lot of good things. So anyhow, they would all gather there. They will worship, a lot of chanting and so on. So during one of those kind of Ekadasi observance, the hunter would come there. He's very tired, very hungry. He wants to actually eat something. But he's just sitting in the crowd thinking that he would get something. The katha or whatever celebration going on will end soon. We'll get something to eat. But they are not eating and they are chanting all night. So he's also part of it. So anyhow, he would leave his body after, many years. And then he is now a king of a particular kingdom. And one day, during hunting, again, those days kings used to go in the forest. He's kind of lost and he's very sleepy. He sleeps under a banyan tree, which is not a banyan tree, amla tree. So Now there is a lot of, the forest thieves and robbers. They want to come. They see that this person is got a lot of jewelries and so on. They want to attack him, but they are not able to attack him. There is some force comes and stops everything. They cannot do anything to him. Then he wakes up. Then, he comes to know, kind of realizes that this is because of all his observance, even though unknowingly that he did in his previous birth. So sometimes we may think that this story all looks very, almost like a fiction. But it's not fiction. What it signifies is that the pure love or the pure intention, even unknowingly, if somebody has done. In this case, the hunter, he didn't know what was going on. He didn't even know what is Ekadasi. He was just hungry. But just because he participated in that, the Lord is very merciful. So the essence of the moral of this episode is that if somebody unknowingly does this and gets so much benefit, how much benefit would the devotees get when they are taking a very sincere effort? They all fast all through the day. Maybe one time, non-grain prasadam they have. Some does almost 24 hours fasting. But again, fasting is secondary. Physical fasting is secondary. Fasting should be get rid of all material activities fasting. Thinking about, if you are fasting and mind is thinking about all material things, it doesn't have that much value. Anyhow, these are all good. At least we get to think about Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, little more special on this particular Ekadasi. So devotees, having said that, we are on again another very important chapter 15. It is titled Yoga of the Supreme Person. So there are very unique elements to this chapter. At least I could recall 2 of them. There could be more. Any idea, devotee? What are this chapter has got very unique 2 things.
Shortest, Prabhuji.
Haribol. Yeah. Shortest. It has got only, where is this, right? See, this chapter has got only 20 verses. And, okay, that is one. Good, Prabhu. Anything more, devotees?
And
that
also,
is
Prabhuji, we as a Purushottam Mass, we recite this chapter whole month.
Actually, Vedavyas titled this as Purushottama Yoga. Meaning, this 20 verses, Krishna is really talking about, he's going to say in verse number 5, 6, and so on, about this Purushottama Yoga. What is the highest, level of understanding in yoga? So that is one thing, Purushottama Yoga. There is one more very interesting thing is that this is the only chapter where Krishna is speaking all the verses. In all other chapters, at least there would be one question from either Arjuna or maybe Sanjaya would kind of narrate something to Dhritarashtra, something like that. But this chapter, all 20 verses is from Krishna, the lotus lips of Krishna. So, and in India, tradition. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, what is the yoga in this context, Prabhuji? The yoga of the Supreme Person.
Yeah, that is what Purushottama Yoga. See, the yoga, the essence of all yoga is to understand the Supreme Person, meaning the Supreme Personality, Krishna. Does it make sense, Mataji?
No, Prabhuji. For me, like yoga means that yoga that we do, the Surya Namaskar yoga. That is what I'm like connected to. So like this part, like this yoga means like, does it have a different meaning or like?
No. The ultimate understanding of all yogas, ultimate. See, Krishna has already talked about Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, all those things. Jnana Yoga is what we are going through. But the thing is that the ultimate essence of that yoga is to understand that the Supreme Personality is the ultimate realization. Even after you achieve Samadhi, it gets completed only if you understand, if you surrender to the Paramatma as Lord Krishna, Bhagavan. So this is just, sorry, go ahead, Mati.
Yeah, Prabhuji, understood.
Yeah. So any yoga, even though different phrases may be used, the ultimate yoga means connection. It comes from the Sanskrit word yuj. Yuj means union. To connect. What are we connecting? Unless it gets connected to Krishna, it is not a perfect yoga.
So it's like connecting to Krishna, Prabhuji?
Yes, see, again, even Hatha Yoga, right now in USA, Tampa itself, there are hundreds and hundreds of yoga studios. The basic purpose is to keep our body in a very healthy way so that we can get connected with Krishna. But nobody really takes it in that sense. All the yoga studio, the main purpose is to maintain your body without the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal, what are we going to do with a good body, healthy body? What are we going to do? No, but what is the purpose?
Get connected to Krishna, the healthy body, right? That's what you're saying.
Yes. If I'm healthy, I want to become rich for what? I want to really serve Krishna.
Serve Krishna, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like this in each of the activities that we do.
So what is richness has to do with Seva, Prabhuji? If you have good health, then you can connect with Krishna, right, Prabhuji? So what is the thing, what is the need, we have to use richness to be connected to Krishna, Prabhuji?
No. Krishna also, you can build temples. Don't you think so? You can build centers, don't you think so?
Yes.
A very nice temple.
Oh, you're talking in prospect of that. Okay.
Yeah, don't you think a good, nice temple in the Riverview area, in the Valdez area?
Yes,
don't you think it is?
Yes,
100%. You can
100%.
visit the temple every day. How about that?
Yes. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
For that also you need money.
Money,
Because why? Because we are in the material world. So you have to use that exchange only, right? In America, you have to use dollars. In material world, in the spiritual world, it is all temples everywhere.
In the spiritual, okay, got it, Prabhuji.
Okay. So anyhow, the ultimate purpose is to realize Krishna, how we can serve him, how we can serve his devotee. So, like this is the shortest chapter, and all verses spoken by Lord Krishna. Do we know which is the longest chapter? It's not needed right now, but
I think it's a 15th chapter, no, Prabhuji?
18th chapter.
This is the okay.
longest.
18,
Second
18.
or 18.
78 and 72. Several verses in the same chapter.
Yes, very good. So anyhow, devotees, let us read this. This is a very interesting chapter. Krishna is giving some giving some analogy with the banyan tree. Let us read this.
Can I read, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sri Bhagavanuvacha Urdhva Moolam Adhasakham Asvatham Prahur Avyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Vedasa Vedavet. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Mataji. Very bol. Can we take two more devotees?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hari bol.
May I try, Prabhuji?
Definitely.
Hare Krishna. Urdhvamoola madakshaka mashvattam prahuravyayam chandamsi yatsya parnani yastam vedasa vedavet. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hari bol. Very nice, Prabhu. One more devotees.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can try. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandat Pranam, all Krishna Shri Shri Bhagavan Vacha Udvamulam Adashakam Ashvattam Prahuravyayam Chandamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Vedase Vedavet. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Haribol Prabhuji, very nice Prabhu. Devotees, who can read synonym and translation?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I can read
Haribol.
translation, synonyms and translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Urdha Moolam, with roots above, Adha, downwards, Sakham, branches, Aswatham, a banyan tree, Prahu, he said, Abhayam, eternal, Chandamsi, the Vedic hymns, Asya, of which, Parnani, the lips, Yaha, anyone who, Tam, that, Veda, knows, Sa, he, Vedavid, the knower of the Vedas. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas.
Very nice, Mataji. Haribol. So, devotees, here Krishna is talking about Ashwatam. Ashwata. Actually, there is a Sanskrit phrase called Shashwata. Shashwata means eternal. Ashwata actually means temporary, but also another meaning here Krishna is using is kind of imperishable. We'll try to know why he is calling this as imperishable. Okay. Who can read the purport, devotees?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Haribol.
Haribol. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. After the discussion of the importance of Bhakti Yoga, one may question, what about Vedas? It is explained in this chapter that the purpose of Vedic study is to understand Krishna. Therefore, one who is in Krishna consciousness, who is engaged in devotional service, already knows the Vedas. The entanglement of the material world is compared here to a banyan tree. For one who is engaged in fruitive activities, there is no end to the banyan tree. He wanders from one branch to another. The tree of the material world has no end. And for one who is attached to this tree, there is no possibility of liberation. The Vedic hymns meant for elevating oneself are called the leaves of this tree. This tree roots grow upward because they begin from where Brahma is located, the topmost planet of this universe. If one can understand this indestructible tree of illusion, then one can get out of it.
Can someone else read the next paragraph, Prabhu? That way they'll get an opportunity to read it. Is it
I
okay?
can read it.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Prabhu.
Okay. Thank you, Rohit. This process of extrication should be understood. In the previous chapters, it has been explained that there are many processes by which to get out of the material entanglement. And up to the 13th chapter, we have seen that devotional service to the Supreme Lord is the best way. Now, the basic principle of devotional service is detachment from material activities and attachment to the transcendental service of the Lord. The process of breaking attachment to the material world is discussed in the beginning of this chapter. The root of this material existence grows upwards. This means that it begins from the total material substance, from the topmost planet of the universe. From there, the whole universe is expanded with so many branches representing the various planetary systems. The fruits represent the results of the living entities' activities, namely religion, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. Is there more? Or? Prabhuji, is that the end of
Yes.
it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Prabhu. I apologize. Yeah, I thought this was the end, but there is a lot, I think. Maybe you can read one more paragraph, and there is at least two more paragraphs.
Okay, thank you. Now there's no ready experience in this world of a tree situated with its branches down and its roots upward. But there is such a thing. That tree can be found beside a reservoir of water. We can see that the trees on the bank reflect upon the water with their branches down and roots up. In other words, the tree of this material world is only a reflection of the real tree of the spiritual world. This reflection of the spiritual world is situated on desire, just as a tree's reflection is situated on water. Desire is the cause of things being situated in the reflected material light. One who wants to get out of this material existence must know this tree thoroughly through analytical study. Then he can cut off his relationship with it.
Haribol, Prabhu. Devotees, let's see. We have one more little longer paragraph. Who would like to read, devotees?
If no one is there, I can read, Prabhuji. Anybody else would like to read, please?
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Hare Krishna again. Starting from this tree, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay. This tree, being the reflection of the real tree, is an exact replica. Everything is there in the spiritual world. The impersonalists take Brahman to be the root of this material tree, and from the root, according to Sankhya philosophy, come Prakriti Purusa, then the three gunas, then the five gross elements, Pancha Mahabhuta, then the 10 senses, the Sendriya, mind, etc. In this way, they divide up the whole material world into 24 elements. If Brahman is the center of all manifestations, then this material world is a manifestation of the center by 180 degrees, and the other 180 degrees constitute the spiritual world. The material world is the perverted reflection. So, the spiritual world must have the same the spiritual world must have the same variegatedness, but in reality, the Prakriti is the external energy of the Supreme Lord, and the Purusa is the Supreme Lord Himself. And that is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Since this manifestation is material, it is temporary. A reflection is temporary, for it is sometimes seen and sometimes not seen. But the origin from whence the reflection is reflected is eternal. The material reflection of the real tree has to be cut off. When it is said that a person knows the Vedas, it is assumed that he knows how to cut off attachment to this material world. If one knows that process, he actually knows the Vedas. One who is attracted by the ritualist formulas of the Vedas is attracted by the beautiful green leaves of the tree. He does not exactly know the purpose of the Vedas. The purpose of the Vedas, as disclosed by the personality of Godhead Himself, is to cut down this reflected tree and attain the real tree of the spiritual world. Hare Krishna.
Haribol, Mataji. You want to expand more? I mean, your thoughts? Or...
Someone can take up Prabhuji.
Okay, sure. Maybe our Raghu Prabhu can enlighten us.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, from what I understand, Krishna is talking about a metaphorical tree. It's a tree of illusion. So, this is an upside down banyan tree with the roots upward and all the branches down and so on. So, such a tree really doesn't exist in reality. But if you stand on the bank of a lake or something and there's a tree next to it, then you can see the reflection down there. And that's what Krishna is talking about. So this is, in that respect, is a tree of illusion. The topmost, the roots part of the, so this tree is actually representing the material world. And we as the living entities are entangled in this material world. And we have our goal has to be to extricate ourselves. So this tree has also been described as a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. So such a tree in the spiritual world is real, but in the material world, it represents a material entanglement for all of us. So the roots of this tree are where Brahmaloka is situated, located. And then as you go down, the various branches will represent the different lokas. And somewhere in the middle, between the 14 planetary systems, we are in the Bhuloka, and all the living entities are here. And we are trying to extricate ourselves, but it's such a complicated tree that we can be just enjoying the fruits of the material world, and forever we'll be going up and down the tree, and that's how we might live birth after birth. But if we understand the Vedas, then the Vedas is a means to get out of this, and the Vedas representing the the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavatam and so on. But if we don't understand the Vedas, which are represented by the leaves of the tree, then we are just doing rituals. Then really we don't understand the Vedas. So those are some of the things, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Very nice, Prabhuji. You have very well explained the gist of this verse. Sairam Prabhuji, you want to say something on this? You read a couple of paragraphs. Okay, Prabhuji may be busy, I think.
No, Prabhuji, you please explain us.
Okay, devotees, here is a okay. So this is the banyan tree Krishna is talking about. Banyan tree is considered as a very unique kind of a tree because each of these branches we see, it can create several roots. It becomes a tree by itself. One tree of trees. So nobody can really even find out where are the real roots, because it is spread for several, the entire, for Krishna, the entire manifestation, it is kind of spread. So this is upside down, because normally, see, the roots are here, actually up, and these are all the branches. The branches have become almost like the roots here at the bottom. Let us see. Okay. Okay. So here, if you can see, these are not the roots actually. These are all the branches. The branches are considered as the material nature, the three modes of material nature and the material element. And the leaves are considered as the Vedas. So the person who understands that the purpose of the leaves is to get out of the branches and go up to the roots. This is almost, here is where the Brahmaloka is, at the top of the roots, and beyond the roots is what is the spiritual world, which is belong to Krishna. Everything belongs to Krishna. Krishna has three major, you've got infinite energy, but three major energies is internal potency, Antaranga Shakti, then the external Bahiranga Shakti, and the marginal in between those two is called Tathasha Shakti. That's what we are. The Jivatma is made up of spiritual and material, very unique formation. Because either it is all matter or all spiritual. All spiritual is all the spiritual platform above this roof. And all the matter is below this. But we, the living entity, are also sent with part of the spiritual element, which is Krishna, which is called the Jivatma. So now the person who understands that, yes, this is upside down because this is coming from the spiritual world, as if Krishna is holding this. If Krishna is going to hold this banyan tree, this is how he will be holding it. And here, like the leaves here, even though it is Vedas, we are not utilizing it properly, and we again and again become another leaf, because this is such a large creation, this material manifestation. Like the leaves might fall, again the leaves might, the fall season and the spring season. In the fall season, all the, most of the leaves, it fall. In many states, cities in this country, they have what is called the four season. Come August, September, you would see the trees are losing, the plants are losing all the leaves. And all over it is not so much in Tampa, Florida, but in many of the states, they have four seasons, like the fall, winter, spring, and summer. So in the mid of fall, in the late fall, there won't be, all the tree plants you cannot see any leaves there. So what happened? They again appear in the summer. Like that is what happens to our life. The Jivatma keeps on going and coming back. But there is an opportunity for us to go out of this, go beyond even Brahmaloka. Up to here is what is the material manifestation. Here is Brahma, and all the below is all the material manifestation. But our job, our goal after reading Bhagavad Gita, we understand that we are not just meant to be here, stuck, in the branches and the leaves. Our job is to elevate ourselves and go beyond this and reach Krishna. So that is what Krishna is saying here. There is a banyan tree which has its roots upward, it branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Veda. So Srila Prabhupada is saying here, the devotees automatically has read the Veda. See, the Veda is the four Vedas. The Rig, Sama, Yajur, Atharva. They talk about, those are all the Vedic hymns. They talk about the divinity. But there is not a clear picture on that. That is being explained further in Upanishad. Upanishad is further explained in Puranas, and Puranas is also very well explained through the Itihas, Ramayana and Mahabharata. So if you take everything into account, it's an amazing knowledge base. Everything is illustrated there. So, but is the devotee, are we reading all the Vedas and the Upanishad and all the Puranas? No, because we have understood the ultimate purpose of the Veda. The ultimate purpose is Krishna. Until then, the desire is going to be here, will be stuck here forever. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. If you get Moksha. But we'll be stuck with just, Artha and Kama. Our entire life is going just how I can make a living and get attachment. What is the problem here? Desire is a natural element. You cannot get rid of it. You cannot become desireless. Ultimately, even the biggest of the biggest yogi would have a desire to become self-realized. That itself is a desire. But Shastra says, Krishna is saying that the best desire is to desire for Krishna. Krishna, I want you. I want you as my ultimate goal. I want to surrender to you. That is the perfect desire. Unless until other than that, everything becomes contaminated. It won't be complete. You may go up and down. Krishna says some people, because of their pious activities, they may go up to the heavenly planets, Swargaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, and so on, even up to Brahmaloka. But still, all this are all, temporary in one way or the other. So we got to again come back. So we're going to be again stuck in this branches and leaves. And these are very strong. If you look at it, you don't know. This looks like the roots. Very strong. So any more thoughts, devotees? What is Krishna talking about here? Preeti Mataji, any questions or thoughts?
No, Prabhuji. Good.
Okay. So have we anyone seen here a banyan tree?
Yes, so there is a big banyan tree in the Clearwater, more than 100 years old.
Oh, really?
Yes. Just opposite the Ramakrishna Mission.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it is preserved by the city. So it is city's property. Though in the public, personal properties, in 2 houses, but it's city's properties now.
Very interesting. I've never been to that center. But yeah, in Florida, there could be quite a few.
Prabhuji, is it in St. Pete?
Yes, so St. Pete. You can Google, it will show up in the Google.
I'm seeing Prabhuji.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yes, I have seen. Well,
go ahead, Mataji.
no, I was saying I have seen as well. There's a park. It's all greenery. Some nursery. I don't recall here. Somewhere in Tampa, or maybe Thanatos or so, or maybe Plant City somewhere. They have a huge banyan tree. It's very, very huge. Like many years ago, older one.
Yes, it's a very, very, and normally it has got a much, much longer, what you call lifespan than other plantations. Some of them are like 300, 400 years. There is also a banyan tree in Kurukshetra where Krishna, gave the Gita Sar, They have a big banyan tree. And there is a small Arjuna, Krishna kind of it's not deities, but they kept it in a kind of a glass shelf. But during the Gita Jayanti time, especially this Kurukshetra, which is in Haryana, it is filled with thousands and thousands of devotees all over the world. Internationally, people come. They sit in and around this banyan tree and they recite the entire Bhagavad Gita, or especially this chapter is very, very popular especially in the Vedic Vedanta format. Many people read chapter 15 daily basis because it's only 20 verses, lot of good verses and a lot of philosophy. And Krishna is talking about himself, how it works. So Krishna is kind of giving an analogy about this banyan tree that we are caught. As we saw, when the banyan tree is upside down, the branches have almost become like the roots. So there is no way out unless we take up, Krishna consciousness, unless we get out of the branches. We have to, how do we do that? Only yoga is the only way. You can be perfect karma yogi, you can be a perfect dhyana yogi and so on. Bhakti yoga is very, very efficient. The jnana yogi maybe also be able to do it. But with you can see that it is very complicated tree. It's spread all over. Nobody knows. Krishna is saying, nobody knows where is the beginning or where is the end. You're completely caught. But here, again, the Bhakti Yoga is so efficient, so clear, so effective. We can feel it. And we have, without really reading all the Vedas, without reading all the Upanishad. We have not really read all the Puranas also. There are 18 massive Puranas. We have little bit read Srimad Bhagavatam. But Krishna has given us this wonderful opportunity just to surrender to Him. Think about Him and surrender to Him.
Hare
Subal Prabhu?
Krishna.
Yeah, go ahead.
Even in Andhra Pradesh, Prabhuji, I think maybe our Shyam Prasad Prabhu, Anantapur, I heard that they have a very big one. I saw also. It covers more than 5 acres, Prabhuji, one tree.
Oh, Haribol, Prabhu.
Yeah. Timmanamaru. And also in
5
Mahabubnagar,
acres, just one tree.
one tree, Prabhuji, yes.
Oh, Krishna.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I
Hare
remember.
Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Yes, I am also going to say, you have told already, Prabhuji, it is near Kadiri, it is very auspicious Kadiri in Nrsimha Devalayam, Nrsimha temple. It is nearby Kadiri. Please, Prabhuji, if anybody comes to here in Andhra, I will take care of you all. It is Timmamba Vruksham. It is 5 to 6 acres, and also a historical story is there, real story. It is very, very big tree, Prabhuji. It has been recorded in Guinness Book of World so many years back, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Haribol,
Also,
Prabhu.
I remember, Prabhuji, I went to Mahabubnagar with my friends. Or there also Pillalamari. That is also, I mean, not 5 acres. Maybe that will be like very big, not little smaller. That one. That is also, but yeah, they are taking care of all this over there also.
Prabhuji, is it close to Puttaparthi?
Yes, Anantapur district only, right?
Yes,
Mataji?
yes, Mataji, it is nearby Puttaparthi, 60 or 70 kilometers.
Oh, okay,
Roughly.
okay.
Yeah.
Please come, I will take care of you all.
Yeah, couple of hours from my hometown also. So
Yes, Prabhuji. A couple of hours, that's all.
And Prabhuji, I also heard that this banyan tree, the upside down banyan tree, reflects the spiritual world. Right, Prabhuji, that's what I heard. And whatever is highest in the spiritual world become lowest here, and whatever is highest here. So, for example, doing a menial service in this material world is very low for people. But in the spiritual world, doing a spiritual life, or even menial service is considered as very high. Like that, I mean, yeah, paradukka dukhi, like that we see here in this, in spiritual world or among the devotees, but it is other way in the material world. And also, you wonderfully mentioned the entire material world. That's why it is compared with the banyan tree.
Right. Very good. Yeah, the entanglement. So that is the main thing. Krishna, why is he really talking about the banyan tree? It's because of this entanglement. Like a banyan tree is entangled. One branch out of another branch out of another branch, and each branch almost starts creating their own roots. So that is what is happening with us. But think about us. We are almost like 8 billion population, 8.4 million types of species. That means trillions and trillions of species.
So, Prabhuji, what is the specialty of banyan tree in prospects to Krishna? Prabhuji, just could you please elaborate more in detail? Just I want to know.
I mean, one thing I can say is that Krishna himself is referring to a banyan tree. And it seems like he spoke under a tree during the Kurukshetra war when this Gita was spoken. So that could be one. But other than that, anyone got any more thoughts, devotees, about Mataji's question? What is the speciality of a banyan tree? And the philosophy behind the banyan tree. That's what
Yes, exactly. That's my question, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. So among all the trees, banyan tree represents Krishna. That's we see that in different community they worship banyan tree. But yeah, we can respect banyan tree, but we should worship Krishna only. And also, this is the largest, biggest tree, banyan tree or ashwatha tree. So anything huge that demands our submissiveness. So that's another one. And as Prabhuji said, if you look at the banyan tree, it stands on thousands roots, acres after acres. And so, and also, I'm not sure, Prabhuji, whether you use the leaves or not of the banyan tree. That's why it is auspicious for our culture. Back to Prabhuji.
I also
Right.
heard, Prabhuji, it is like Kalpavriksha, wish fulfilling tree. That's what I heard. And it represents the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, because the roots symbolizing the interconnection of the. That's why the longevity also, as Prabhuji said, it is the longest surviving tree. Immortality, divine connection. That's what I was checking, Prabhuji.
But philosophically, Krishna is saying that this tree is almost real in the spiritual, the philosophy we are talking about, not exactly the physical structure, is true. Whatever is happening here in the material world, those sort of things happens in the spiritual world, but completely pure, completely satisfying, no material modes of nature, no dualities, always blissful. So what we are doing here is as I think Raghu Prabhu mentioned, that it's a perverted version of what is happening on the other. So Srila Prabhupada is saying this is like the Vedanta says, this is like the 180 degrees. If this is 180 degrees, that means there must be another same thing on the top to make it 360. So that is the spirituality. This is 180, this portion. So where is the other 180? Is the top. You put the actual tree on the top of it, and that tree, the roots will be here, and the branches will be all up in. So, and we are seeing a reflection here, that is why it is upside down. So Krishna is asking us to go beyond this entanglement and think about him, understand him, to connect with him. That Krishna is everything. So this we do with the help of Vedas. Now for us, Veda means Bhagavad Gita and the instruction given by our acharyas and sadhus. That is what we are trying to do, to understand. But even after reading Bhagavad Gita also, there are so many philosophy that stops here. They say, I want to go beyond this at the Brahma Jyoti level. But we transcend. For us, the goal is just not spiritual world. Our goal is very specific. The top of the spiritual world, Goloka Vrindavan, serve Krishna. So that also a very important thing we have to consider. Oh, okay, I want to become a self-realized person. I understand this all material entanglement. This is all unreal. This is a perverted version. Okay, all good. But what is beyond after that? They don't consider Krishna. They say there is a Brahman, there is a Brahmachoti. I just want to merge in the Brahmachoti. That's not our philosophy, even higher than that. That is also a philosophy. But after Brahmajyoti, there are so many levels of spiritual world. There is Vaikuntha, there is Ayodhya, then there is Goloka. So devotees, I think we had some good discussion, and we also came to know how now when we look at banyan tree, our mind can start comparing what Krishna was saying, right? Amazing, right? When we see, maybe when we go to Saint Pete, or is there any banyan tree in Tampa area, Prabhu? We don't know. There might be some.
Yeah, not in my knowledge. But if you Google, that only comes around.
Yeah.
So Saint Pete is also part of Tampa only.
Unbelievable.
We are locals.
Right.
A small message in the chat for you, Prabhu. Just a little bit. I just found something about. Says there's a famous image of baby Krishna floating on a banyan leaf during a cosmic dissolution. It's called a Vatapatra Shai. Vata means banyan tree. Patra, leaf. Shai is nothing but one who reclines.
Very good, Mataji. I think that could be also another reason that we have seen those pictures, especially people from the south. They would have seen that baby Krishna is lying on the patra, and that's good reference too. So, devotees, any final thoughts before we conclude? Okay, devotees, tomorrow I think maybe Baldev Prabhu can little give more details, or Subal Prabhu, about tomorrow's program. I mean, anyone who can attend, that will be extremely. It's a very important meeting. Subal Prabhu, you want to explain, Prabhu?
Baldev Prabhu is here. Prabhuji, you would like to give some?
Prabhuji, you can tell Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah, first thing is the best thing is we'll all get Jagannath Prasadam from our wonderful Jagannath cave.
Samosa and gulab jamun is there. In
Hari
between will
Bol.
be different items.
See, Subal Prabhu has started with the highest philosophy. First, give prasadam. That's it. Once if you give that, everything will, follow.
Yes. So, as Prabhuji mentioned, we all want to have, we all have a desire to have a center temple for ISKCON of Tampa. We have been looking for quite some time. We have identified one property. Of course, negotiations are going on. We are in the contract. So we all need your help to raise money from your friends, families, and others. We'll also have a GoFundMe and flyers. His Grace, our dear Sri Rama Prabhu has created beautiful flyers. So we'll be discussing how you all can help us to raise some donations. Sri Ram Prabhuji, please add.
Yeah, Haribol, Subal Prabhuji, Baldev Prabhu. There is a team that has been working on this for quite some time. Relentless, countless time and effort. I'm a tiny part. I'm just off and on. Sometimes whenever, I used to participate, but they have spent a lot of time and effort on this. Seems like there is a nice property. It is in the Valrico area, and it's got 5 acres of land and with good potential. And the main thing is that it is very conducive for at least many of the devotees in Brandon area. As we all know, there are at least 5-6 initiated Grahastha families in and around that area. So it can be well maintained and taken care of. Even we can do some daily programs, at least weekly program, 2-3 programs we can do in a week. So there is good potential, as Prabhuji. And the participation devotees is definitely, Lakshmi is needed. We are still in the material platform, but just participate, devotees. Come, first of all, attend the meeting, attend the programs eventually. That's a very big support. So support comes in various form, you can do various seva also you can do. If you can donate, that is also very good. There is nothing better than donating to construct a temple for Lord Vishnu. It's very important. It's considered as the highest seva, if you can. That is why, if you see in the India, they put their name also on the temple, built by such and so. not just for name, but also it is a big recognition. If you can build a temple for Vishnu, Krishna, it is a very big sale. So come, devotees, just come and participate tomorrow. Okay? And it is still under contract. Let's pray that everything goes well and we have a center very soon. Anyhow, we need, if not today, not tomorrow, we would need a center, to serve Krishna much better. So, see you all tomorrow, devotees. This gathering is hosted by Kuldeep Prabhu and Neenu Mataji in the Riverview area. We have posted the flyer in Seva group and core group also. So I would request that please participate. Okay, devotees, have a wonderful Krishna consciousness weekend, and hope to see most of you tomorrow. Vanchakalpatrubhisya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. ISKCON Tampa Sankirtana ki jai. ISKCON Tampa Bhagavad Gita session ki jai. All goes to the assembly devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Danda
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji and Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Subal, Sudhir Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Today, Joshita is also joined from Australia.
Oh, Haribol. Yeah, that's what I was seeing. Joshita's laptop. I thought you joined from her laptop.
No, Prabhuji.
So she's back in Australia, Prabhuji, already? Very nice.
Her throat is not good, so she's not able to speak.
Oh.
But I encourage her to join